Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, a big welcome to you all. Today we have some more of my favorite type of recipes, keto meals that are 30 minutes or less. I love quick and easy meals because I don't have the time or the patience to stay in my kitchen and make a long drawn out meal. So today I'm going to teach you how to make not one, two, easy keto meals that are 30 minutes or less. One, I'm going to show you how to make 100% keto taquitos with a shell that only takes one ingredient. You heard me, one ingredient. And keto chicken Alfredo. It's so tasty and so easy. And if you want printable versions of these, you can check out my website at janetsdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of these and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of yummy keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button, click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And if you want to help to support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video, click on any of those Amazon affiliate links that are on there. Anything that you purchase from Amazon through my affiliate link, a small portion will go to me, which will help to support the channel. Even if you don't want the item that it routes you to, you can always go up to the Amazon search bar, search whatever you want to buy, and as long as you do it through my affiliate link, I will get a small portion, which will help support the channel. And while you do all that, let's get cooking. In a large skillet, combine 2 cups of chopped or shredded cooked chicken. I'm using some leftover chicken that I had from the other night. You can also use canned chicken if you want to for something extra quick. If you use canned chicken, make sure you drain it all the way. Add 1 cup of the hot sauce or salsa of your choice. Stir these together until they're fully combined and all the chicken is coated with the hot sauce or salsa. Bring this to a simmer over medium heat, then reduce the heat to low and let it stay warm while we make the taquito shells. For the shells, preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper. On the parchment paper, draw 12 3.5 to 4-inch circles if you're wanting more of a snack size taquito, or 6 to 8-inch circles on your parchment paper if you're wanting a larger size taquito. I'm just using one of my small saucepan lids and tracing it. I think it's close to 6 inches in diameter. But again, you can use whatever size you want depending on the size of taquito that you want. Just trace the circles, make sure you space them out a little bit. In a large measuring cup or small mixing bowl, combine 4 cups of the shredded cheese of your choice. I'm using 2 cups of Colby cheese and 2 cups of mozzarella cheese. You can use any cheese or any combination of cheese that you want. Another good combination is shredded cheddar and shredded Monterey Jack. That's a really good combination also. But again, it's whatever shredded cheese you want as long as it's a total of 4 cups. Scoop out about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of the cheese mixture, depending on how big you've made your circles, and place the cheese mixture in the center of each one of your circles that you've drawn on your parchment paper. Then spread the cheese out until it covers the entirety of the circle, trying to keep it in as much of a circular shape as you can. When you spread it, you want to make sure that it's in as much of an even layer as you can and that there are no gaps in between the cheese. You don't want to be able to see the parchment paper. You want it to be a thin, even layer without seeing the parchment paper underneath the cheese. Then place the baking sheets with the shaped cheese into the oven at 375 degrees and bake it for about 10 minutes or until it's just starting to get golden around the edges. Make sure you keep an eye on it because cheese does burn quickly. So 10 minutes was perfect for mine. It should just be getting golden around the edges. Once it's done cooking, let it cool on the pan for about 2 to 4 minutes or just until it's cool enough to where when you touch it, you're not going to burn your fingers. Then place a small amount of the chicken mixture into the center of each cheese shell. However much chicken you put into the cheese shell depends on how much chicken you want in your taquito. What you don't want to do is you don't want to overstuff it because you don't want to tear the shell. So I usually only put about maybe 3 to 4 tablespoons in each one, which again, I'm making about close to a 6-inch tortilla. So depending on how big your taquito is, depends on how much chicken you're going to put in there. Once you've put the chicken in there, then roll the cheese shell around the chicken until it's fully covered and place seam side down back onto the baking sheet. Now you want to work fairly quickly with this because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to let the cheese shell get cold, because if you do, it will harden and it will be like a tostada shell more than a taquito shell. So you want to make sure that you really don't go past that 4 minutes of letting it cool before you start rolling it up. So make sure that the cheese shell stays warm because the cooler it gets, the more it hardens. Once all of your taquitos are rolled nice and tight, then they are ready to be served. Place them on the serving plate, serve it with the dip of your choice, and eat and enjoy. In a large skillet over medium heat, place a half cup of butter and allow the butter to melt completely. I usually cut the butter up into small cubes, that way it melts faster, but you don't have to do that. That's just me because I get impatient. Add 8 ounces of cream cheese. I again usually cut this into smaller cubes so it melts quicker. Stir the butter and the cream cheese together. Add a half teaspoon of dry oregano, a half teaspoon of dry basil, a half teaspoon of dry thyme, a half teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and allow it to melt completely. Whisk this all together into the butter and cream cheese mixture until everything is fully combined and smooth. Add 1 cup of the milk of your choice and whisk it in until it's completely combined and smooth. Add another 1/3 cup of milk and stir it in for about 1 to 2 minutes or until it's fully combined and it's starting to thicken just slightly. Add another 1/3 cup of milk and whisk it in for another 1 to 2 minutes or until it's fully combined and you're again filling the sauce, getting a little bit thick. And one more time, you're going to add 1 more 1/3 cup of milk and stir it again for another 1 to 2 minutes or until it's fully combined and you're starting to feel the thickness of the sauce. Now you do want to add your milk just portions at a time. That way you have better control on how thick your sauce gets, and it also helps the sauce come out a whole lot smoother when you just gradually add it in rather than just pouring it in all in at once. Once the milk is all whisked into the sauce, add 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Make sure this is freshly shredded Parmesan cheese. Do not get that garbage that's in the can. That is not real cheese. Make sure you get it fresh off the block. And whisk the Parmesan in until it is fully melted, and again the sauce is nice and smooth. Once the sauce is smooth, you can use it as it is. But if you're like me, I like a little bit of bulk to my sauce, so I usually add in 2 cups of shredded or diced cooked chicken and 1 cup of coarsely chopped broccoli. Stir these until they're fully combined and allow them to gently simmer for just about 5 minutes or until the chicken and the broccoli are heated through. Now again, the chicken and the broccoli are optional. Once your sauce is all through, if the sauce seems too thick to you, you can always add very small amounts of milk of your choice until it's the desired consistency. That's up to you how thick or thin you like your sauce. Then pour it over your desired amount of pasta and eat and enjoy. And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more recipes like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button. You can leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.